guys, so today's video is just me dyeing my hair. As you can see, it's gone, the pink is pretty much disappeared from my hair. It's just left the orange, and yeah, it's alright. It's nothing spectacular, or not that my hair ever is, but I've still got roots. I'm not going to do them, I can't be bothered. And also I'm going to be changing my hair colour again in a few weeks time once the pink has faded completely. I'm thinking of going turquoise, I don't know, but I'll do my roots and everything then. So the hair dye that I'm using is the Directions Flamingo Pink, and I'm going to be using a pot, hairdresser pot, and a brush. I'm just going to tend to use this to separate the hair, so you can do it both sides. And then I got my trusty gloves. So I already put petroleum jelly on my skin so that if hair dye does get on my face, then it won't stick. So I'm going to be doing, I don't know how I'm going to do this because you're right in the middle of the mirror, but I'm just going to do it. So I'll put my gloves on. Excuse the decor of the bathroom. It hasn't been changed since we moved in here. So and they were older people that lived in here before us, so that's what the pink, it's not a representation because I've got a light just there, but it is pretty pink. It is a pretty pink, and it is very pink. So this is probably going to be a boring bit, but I'm just scooping the dye into the bowl so I can use it that way. I have got 3 pots. I have 3 pots. The reason for that is because I have got quite long hair. I tend to use more than 2, and I put it on quite generously because I have got the orange underneath, because I can't be bothered to get rid of that. So, right, every 1 second. So, like, I guess I'll talk about dyeing your hair as I'm doing it, but the way that I do it is I section it like this. So I'm just going to do the top bit first. Look at my beautiful roots. And I just give it a really good generous, especially at this front. The reason for that is, for me anyway, is the front is the bit that fades the quickest. Just gonna get rid of. If you tidy up as you go along, I find you won't get so much trouble with dyeing your head. It really irritates me when I dye my head. Not so much the back, but the front, it really irritates me. So I'm going to be looking here because I can see in the mirror, so I look really short. So yeah, give it a good generous layer, especially in the places that you can see. So the top and the sides, underneath as well, but not as important as the top. And the back here. I always miss this bit, especially when bleaching. Because I do all the hair dyeing myself. I don't go to anybody to get it done. Because one, I can't afford to do it. And two, I quite enjoy doing it myself, to be fair. This is pretty much how I do my hair. And I guess if you're going to dye your hair a bleaching dye, you need to be prepared to do it, and you need to know what you're doing. Don't just go, oh, it'll be easy. I'm just going to pump all of this bleach on my head and then go, oh, it'll be fine. It won't. Do your research first. If you've had your hair dyed professionally, then you'll kind of have an idea of how it's done. But YouTube videos, look on YouTube videos. If you have your hair cut regularly, maybe ask your hairdresser what she thinks or he thinks. They're probably going to advise you not to do it at home, which, that is their job, and they're looking after your hair, really. But, when I first started doing my hair, it was because I was just doing like a deep purple on the top of natural hair, so it wasn't like a massive deal. But then, I started to experiment, and the way that I started, I did the tips of my hair first, and my cousin, who is a trained hair technician, she did it for me first, and I kind of watched what she was doing, and then I learned that way, because YouTube videos at that point weren't very, there wasn't a lot on YouTube about stuff like this, and so I learned from her, and then, so I did the tips of my hair, and then I moved into a fringe, and then I did the underneath was green, and then the top was black. So I was keeping it, I was kind of going in stages, and I think going in stages is a good way to do it because you can see how your hair copes with being bleached and dyed. Dyeing your hair isn't as intense as bleaching or doing that kind of. There's now pink hair dye on my floor. Oopsie. Right next to some purple. Yeah, so if you're gonna start messing around with your hair, make sure, one, you're old enough. Don't start doing it when you're like 13 years old. The reason why I say this is because the longer that you mess around with your hair, the worse the worse your condition of your hair is going to end up. If you bleach your hair every month, you're not going to have hair left. I bleach my hair a full head once, either every 6 months or every year. So, and in that time, I am doing everything I can possibly do to keep it well conditioned. because let's face it, you're putting bleach, you're stripping the natural colour from your hair, it's going to be in pretty bad condition. Your hair's not going to like it. Just doing the back now. I would show you the back, but that's pretty much... Well, actually showing you the back will be quite interesting for me to see how I do it, because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so if you do get hair dye on your head, or your face, or your neck, don't fret too much, because you can use conditioner. So the nice thing about having the orange in it though is that when the pink washes out, the orange is still there, and it gives me like a fruit salad effect. If you don't know what a fruit salad is, it's like a orange and pink sweet. As you can see, I kind of get bored after a while of using the brush, and I just tend to use my hands. I start off with positivity, but anyway, so when you're doing your hair, make sure that you pulling it apart to make sure that the hair that is stuck together is completely covered in dye, because otherwise it will stick together and you'll miss bits. And this is all stuff that I've learned through dyeing my hair over and over many years, because I've been dyeing my hair brightly for about, I'd say about 5 years. No, longer than that. 7 years, maybe more. See the difference in the colours? You can see it better in real life, but yeah, but I've been dyeing my hair, bleach and dye. I've been doing it for about 7 years, but I've been dyeing my hair since I was probably about 14, 15, but that was with box dyes, which obviously I won't use now. Yeah, so I have quite a lot of experience in dyeing hair. Well, dyeing my own hair. Not dyeing everybody else's. I hate to think I did some hair and did a really cruddy job. My advice is when you start dyeing your hair and bleaching, dyeing, bleach, whatever, is that you try and keep the moisture in it as much as possible. You use natural hair dyes if that's possible. So for instance, if you're just dyeing your hair, in general you're not actually going to bleach it or anything like that. See, I'm opening the third one now because I want a really good coverage. Then use henna. Lush have a henna. It's all natural. So I'm struggling to open this. And they have browns, reds, black. looks a lot more natural for the hair. Not as invasive. Remember to separate your hair, just run your fingers through it, and that will show you like bits that have been missed. So so good to dye my hair again. I've been a bit lazy with my hair, to be fair. Because my hair didn't look too bad when I did it, when it was like falling out, when it was washing out. I got it on my face. I kind of just left it, but it got to a point where it really, really, really needed. Just gonna put a bit more on the top, because this is where the hair dye leaves the hair the most for me. The quickest, sorry, not the most. And plus, I don't like leaving hair dye. Wasting hair dye. So. Right, I think that is it for my hair. So I'll just get rid of that bit. That's the back. And that's the front. These are my hands. They were blue. They were that blue. So I'm going to attempt to take these off now. And get it all over my wall. Great. So that's it. That's how I dye my hair. So I'm going to wash this off now, and I will do a second half to this, I guess, to show you how I wash it off and get the dye from inside on the scalp off, and that's just using conditioner. Yeah, so watch this space.